Hi everyone, this is Nya and today I'm going to be painting this very simple scene of birds flying over a colorful sky. I would say this painting is suited for beginners since there's not much layering at all, maybe just 2 layers of paint. And I will also leave the painting portion in real time, so hopefully it's easy enough to follow. To start, I'm just going to mask off the edges. I'm just using masking tape here, ordinary ones, or you can also use washi tape. Since my masking tape is quite thick, I'm going to also cut off the edges or the corners diagonally. This way, when I fold it back, the extra bits of masking tape won't be touching each other and it's much easier to take off later on. Next, I'll go over the colors. Firstly, this is Lamp Black by Daniel Smith, Crimson Lake by Holbein, Ultramarine Finest by Schmincke, Hansa Yellow Medium by Daniel Smith, Vermilion by Holbein, and Bleed Proof White by Dr. P.H. Martins, or you can also use white gouache. Now let's get to painting. I'm going to start off by using my large round brush here to dampen my paper. I want this to be evenly dampened and I'm taking my time to spread the water. A lot of times when the paper starts to warp as you're dampening the surface, puddles like to collect around the corners, so just be very careful with that. Personally, I like to use a dry brush to pick up the excess water and then I dab the excess off from my brush on tissue. So on the right is the image I was inspired by. It was actually a video, so I just took a screenshot of it. But the sky color or the color combination is something that I'm trying to replicate here, even though it won't be 100% the same. I'm going to start from the bottom, and for this I used a mix of Ultramarine Finest and a little bit of Crimson Lake to create a dark but vibrant purple. And I'm just going to paint it on the damp surface. I'm just going to paint on horizontal lines, creating a similar movement as the reference image. In between those two colors, I'm going to use Crimson Lake with a little bit of Hansa Yellow and slowly blending the colors together and letting the colors mingle with each other. Now moving towards the top, I'm using a more vibrant red with just the vermilion by itself. Then as it progresses upwards, you can see that the color starts to go to an orange and a yellow. Here I'm just cleaning my Hansa Yellow ever so slightly since it has a little bit of green. Then at the bottom I'm just going to pick up Hansa Yellow by itself and indicate the placement where it's just yellow. Then in between I used a mix of Vermilion and Hansa Yellow to create the in-between color, which is an orange, and just letting the paint mingle with each other on the damp surface. The top part will be more or less the same, so I'm going to progress to an orangey tone with Vermilion and Hansa Yellow. Then at the top, instead of painting the purple straight away, you can see a little bit of pink clouds. And instead of just using a really light consistency, I'm going to thicken the paint slightly by mixing the Crimson Lake with some Bleed Proof White. This thickness will help the paint stay in place on the damp surface instead of the color bursting out and traveling too quickly. This is just a personal preference, I just find it easier to control this way. Then in between the pink clouds, I can fill it in with darker purple from Ultramarine Finest and Crimson Lake. For the purple, I'm using a thicker consistency, so there's more contrast in the value. At the bottom, I find that the placement of the colors moved as it's starting to travel. So I'm just going to try to fix it. I decided to add a little bit of clouds here, even though it's going to be very subtle. Then I'm going to use some reddish purple as well to fill in the really light blend between the reds and the bluish purple. This is the same mixture as the bluish purple, by the way. It just has more Crimson Lake in the ratio to create a slightly more reddish color. So from here, I'm just going to add some more horizontal lines and try to create the texture of the sky that I like. I feel like I'm fairly happy with the brightness of the color. I'm just going to quickly dry it off and have a look. Personally, I feel like it suggests enough of a colorful sunset sky, so I'm going to move on to paint the birds next. This might be a little bit tricky to paint freehand, and since they're fairly small, I'm just going to draw out simplified versions of the birds for you, so hopefully it's a bit easier to see. This way you can also practice before painting them on the sky. For the body of the bird, since these are going to be very small, I like to indicate it with a horizontal line. If you have control, you can also add a bit of thickness to the torso. Then for the wings, I just create M shapes, with the tip of the wings being more pointy than the part where it's connected to the body. The angle of the opening of the wings can vary, and this will add more movement if your birds are in different positions. This way they will look a bit more natural instead of them synchronized flying, basically. I'm just going to draw a few examples here that you can play around with. And if you'd like, you can also look for extra references online and practice drawing them out first. Once you're done drawing, you can try to figure out which brush you want to use. For the first three, I used a round brush, but since my bristles were already frayed and doesn't come to a fine tip anymore, it was a bit difficult to control. So later I'm going to use my dagger brush, which is this one I'm using right now. You can see that it's a weird shape, but it comes to a very, very fine point, so it's great to paint those wingtips. It's quite easy for me to control the size of the birds. I can make them small, or I can make them a little bit larger by just putting extra weight and making a bit more contact with the side of my bristles and the paper. Using a dagger brush, however, can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to it, and I know that it's not the easiest brush shape to find. So if you would like, you can also use a small pen. This way you can basically just draw it on and fill in the outline. The birds are going to be very tiny and they're just silhouettes anyway, so a small black ink pen will do the job just fine. By the way, this is the pen that I use. It's just a regular drawing pen. Now going back to the painting, you can either paint them freehand and try to figure out the movement of the birds and the placement. Or if you're undecided with the composition, you can also draw them out first. I'm just going to use pencil and show you. This way I have the flexibility of erasing and changing the positions of some of the birds. I can also experiment and play with the sizes and the poses of the birds, and I can paint them on top of the pencil. If there are any extra pencil marks later on, it can be easily erased. I feel like there's enough movement and there's a good amount of birds as well. So next I'm just going to paint it with lamp black. I'm using a medium to thick consistency here, and I'm going to use my dagger brush. However, again, you can also fill in your outlines with pen if that's more comfortable for you. Notice as I'm playing with the size of the birds, it gives a little bit more depth, as if there are birds which are further back and the larger ones are closer towards us. So even though we're only painting in 2 layers, just because we play with the size of the birds, this will add the perception of depth. I'm just going to add a couple of more birds at a distance, and I'm fairly happy with this composition, so I'm just going to go ahead and unmask the sides. And this is it. It's just a quick and simple painting when you want to paint but don't have too much time, or if you're a beginner and would like to paint something easy. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this and found it useful, please consider subscribing for more content every Friday. Like usual, the list of tools as well as my social media links will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye!